Russia's self-conscious Putin shot down by Britain-supplied Storm Shadow missile. According to Ukrainian and Russian sources, Vladimir Putin lost another top leader in the attack of a Storm Shadow provided by the British. LTG. Oleg Zhukov, 51, has a personal relationship with the president and has been sanctioned by the UK and the European Union for his role in the war against Ukraine. Ukraine today confirmed that the leader is liquid, after which he was supported by the main army and Russian channels. Voenkory Ruskoy Vesny, a pro-war Russian telegram channel, wrote, Lieutenant General Oleg Zhukov was killed. Colleagues agree that Zhukov is a good officer and leader. Lieutenant General Oleg Zhukov is deputy commander of the Southern Army. Russian media VCHKOGPU reported that in Berdyansk, the attack commander of the 58th Army was killed in the attack. First, a Ukrainian official said that the Russian leader was killed by Kiev forces in the vicinity of Berdyansk, regardless of how he was killed. Berdyansk, the main port on the Sea of Azov in the Zaporozhye region, has been attacked in recent weeks by a shipment of Storm Shadow missiles supplied by Ukraine. These missiles have a range of 155 miles, which is far more than any other weapon Ukraine has. A new explosion was reported today, with smoke rising all over the city, which is the main gateway for the expansion of Crimea. Russian media outlet Ryadovka reported that these were new shadows of the storm, but this was not immediately confirmed. The attack in the video took place after the death of the leader. The exact timing of the attack that led to Zhukov's death remains unclear. The UK government has agreed to supply Hurricane missiles to Ukraine in May 2023, approximately 700 to 1,000 units. Defense Minister Ben Wallace confirmed on May 18 that Ukraine was using the missile but declined to give further details. The missiles, worth £2.2 million each, will allow Ukrainian forces to penetrate deep into Russian-controlled territory. Russian lawmaker Viktor Vodolatsky was injured in an attack on May 15 using suspicious weapons. General Zhukov was wounded in Lugansk before September 2022 but returned to the front. Zhukov is the commander of the 144th Motor Rifle Division of the 20th Combined Army, led by Vladimir Putin. A month ago, it was reported that 52-year-old General Sergei Golyachev died during an attack in the same area of Zaporizhia. Commanded the Russian 35th Army. If Zhukov's death is confirmed, it means that Putin has lost just as many leaders. Was sentenced to 12 high-profile participation in the attack on Ukrainian cities by the United Kingdom in December 2022. The TH oil machine has at its disposal the most modern ammunition and military equipment. Zhukov is married and has 2 children. Russia claims it has captured a nuclear missile that the British gave as booty to learn its secrets. Pro-Moscow sources say the Storm Shadow has been successfully removed from the battlefield so that it can be cut and studied by Russian weapons experts. Russian news war correspondent Andrei Rudenko has asked the Ukrainian army to sell the Shadow of the Storm to launch rockets at our Russian comrades. However, the head of the Russian space agency, Dmitry Rogozin, said that the missile was shot down in a cornfield. Rogozin said that Ukraine bombed the area where the downed missile was located and sent soldiers on the Russian army to protect itself. Storm widget. But TASS reported that these efforts were urgent, he claimed. Rogozin claimed that the Russian authorities would determine how the missile was controlled and would share the information with the Kremlin's air defense officials. The high-accuracy weapon with a range of 155 kilometers has made a great impression on the Russian invaders in Ukraine in recent weeks. One video shows a bomb strapped to a Russian car. Rogozin said the Russian rescue team had completed its work and just showed me the results. A Telegram account said that the vulnerability of the radio network is a bonus for Russia because it could provide a good opportunity for the development of new developments such as ground and space-based electronic warfare equipment. Help. Russia's state television once said in an earlier report that shadow of the storm's deadly head remained in place. The legend that our air defense has been renewed says that this weapon cannot be stopped. However, this time our warplanes did the impossible and took an example. Russia also claimed to have shot down 2 Su-25 warplanes in the Donetsk region. These planes are used to carry Storm Shadow missiles. British Defence Secretary Ben Wallace told the ministry that Storm Shadow missiles have had a significant impact on the battlefield. There is nothing wrong with its originality and its ability to successfully deliver and produce goods from the Ukrainians. It has an impact on the Russian army, especially in terms of delivery and management and control. It shows the importance of deep fire. This strange statement adds to yet another attack on the opposition, which has spawned the Kremlin and posed the greatest threat to Putin's rule in nearly a quarter of a century. And people. During the 24-hour offensive, Prigozhin's army met little resistance and moved 125 kilometers from the southern riverside city of Don Rostov to Moscow before the deletion was announced as being based on an agreement. Under the mediation of Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko, Putin agreed to allow founder Wagner and his men to relocate to Belarus. At a meeting last month, he said his attacks were aimed at the Russian Ministry of Defense. Prigozhin has often accused Putin's allies, Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Chief of Staff Valery Gerasimov, of failing to contain Russia's aggression in Ukraine. They said they were strong supporters and soldiers of the head of state and the great leader, and also expressed their plans to continue fighting for the country, Peskov said. Peskov's confirmation of the meeting came after the French newspaper Libération said that Putin and Prigozhin met face-to-face on July 1, July 1, citing anonymous Western intelligence. National Guard Captain Viktor Zolotov and the Russian Foreign Minister also arrived.